more or good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Let's gonna go with a Thursday night live here. So hang on, we're rolling this thing. What's going on? Let's see if anyone comes up in here for questions about trucking. Watch batteries low. Already some stuff going down. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been on a Thursday night, so I'm not expecting a big show in here, but we'll see what happens. You never know. For all I know, a bunch of people could come in here. Greenwich, yeah, we got a live. Woohoo. What's up, Greenwich? You're the first one in here so far. I saw Greenwich down there on the pad today. He's doing great. So, it was really good to see you again, Greenwich. I kind of miss seeing you around. I trifected one student today, got a new student, so I'm up to two students. We're doing back end, pre trip, all that good stuff. I've been having with the about the last three students, I've been having trouble with pre trip. It's like nobody wants to put in the work on pre trip. I'll tell you right now, your pre trip is what's going to show your instructor how bad you want this. So it's very important. Flatbed trucker, what's going on? Hello, how are you today? Pre-trip, like I'm so sick of talking about pre-trip with my students. It's not funny. And it just all it takes is you to get out there and do it. You know, we need to meet up on Labor Day for dinner. Hey, I'm down. Hey, anytime. Like I'm not missing dinner. So a little bit of what I've been going through here lately is I went and I redid my DOT physical, and my blood pressure was a little bit elevated. So right now I'm trying to change life. What's up, Tracy Wood? Yo, team takeover for life. Let's go. So, I got my blood pressure was elevated at my check-in. So now I'm like trying to change all the stuff that I've been doing wrong. So like I used to drink one energy drink a day. I'm down to zero energy drinks. I was drinking sodas. I don't drink sodas no more. I switched over to zero sugar Gatorade, and I've been drinking Propel water and stuff. I've upped my intake of water. Need to start doing some more exercising. I've been doing a lot of exercising. So I'm trying to lose a bunch of weight to get back into the swing of things. Proud of you. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. I'm trying. So like I mean the scary thing is that whenever I lost my dad when he turned 50 from heart failure, and it was like I'm not trying to do that to myself really. So I started going seeing the PCP, see what he has me doing. So he's told me a couple things to do, and I'm doing that. And then, I did labs today. They stuck me in the arm over here. So like I tested my guy out. He trifecta. I was all like, hey man, congratulations. I gotta go. I took my other students. I said, hey, look, study preacher for a little bit, go to lunch break. I gotta go and get lab work done. So I went over there. They took some blood to do some labs. Sarah, there's my wife, Sarah. She's heart emojis. Let's go. So I taking steps to get my health better. That's one thing people don't talk about much in trucking is like your lifestyle. You're on a truck and you're so busy running freight, running freight, running freight. Like sometimes you gotta slow down and be like, you know what, I got to get some exercise. You got a 10-hour break. And I know a lot of people, they're all like, man, I only got 10 hours. I gotta take a shower, I gotta try to do my laundry, I gotta make dinner. Like there's no time. And I think we should do better as truckers and make time for it, and I have no excuse. Like I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna live life. I'm gonna eat whatever I want. And then now I'm all like, oh, it's time for change in my life. So, it's all good. I'm gonna get through this. Brittany, what's up? Hello. She says, hello, brother. Hello, Beastie. So yeah, and I got a great family that's pushing me through it. On TikTok, it's Team Takeover for Life. I haven't ever talked about that on here, but I got a great TikTok family over there, Team Takeover for Life. If you just look them up, put the hashtag Team Takeover for Life, you'll find all their channels, and they really motivate you, and they talk about like taking over. You take over everything that's in your life. Take over whatever situation you have, and it's positive and it's re-encouragement, and it's like, it's a group of people. It's my family, my family, like they're like pushing me to be better. Like when as I'm going through this, they're pushing me to help me out. Like they've been there for a lot of the struggles that I've been going through. So I might not have been on the YouTube channel as much, but I've been getting a lot of help over there and stuff, and I'm doing better. You're the best. Thank you. And then there's the TT4L. Yeah, but it's a great family. TikTok's another profile app that you can have fun on. It's a lot of fun. Like on YouTube, it's more, I think that it's more like how to fix this, how to fix that. Like today, my buddy's car was not starting, and it was over at the store, and he hit me up. It was down the street from me. I went over there and I started helping him with his car. He had a busted cable that wouldn't let him shift it out of park, but I was like, you know what? Let's just rig it so you can get home. So like I put it in neutral so he could start it, and then I went under the hood and I put it in drive, and I said, "Oh, drive it home." Like I still got grease on my arm from his car. I should have washed that up, but it's all good. I like this a lot. The YouTube lives. Yeah, the YouTube lives, they're fun too. But you know, but anyways, back to the reason I'm talking about the car is I used YouTube. Like I was all like, "Hey, we got this problem going on." His make, model of his car, and I found a how-to video to help me figure out what was wrong with his car. So yeah, right, Greenwich twisted the grease monkey. Go Diego, go! What's up? Long time no see. How's it going, Diego? You still out there making money trucking? And I'll tell you what, Diego, he's one of the success stories that didn't come to prime. So Diego, he hit me up whenever he wanted to come out here trucking, and he was like, "Man, I want to come to Prime. I want to come to Prime." And unfortunately, at the time, Prime wouldn't hire him because of certain situations. It was something to do with like so it was little stuff, but they wouldn't take them at the time. And I was all like, dude, don't give up. Keep pushing, man. Like, so what if Prime doesn't take you? Like, go to a different company. Find the one that's going to take you with less experience, that way you can get your foot in the game. He's out there being successful. Look, he says, I'm still trucking. Yeah, I've been hitting up a lot of the guys that I've trained in the past here lately. Like I've been hitting up a lot of people, seeing how they're doing, and they've been hitting up me. So I've heard from a lot of people. Dollar General opened up a new DC in Little Rock. All right. So are you working out of the new DC in Little Rock? It's not too far from Missouri. It's transferred to. Oh, so you transferred there? Oh, nice. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so like, there's a lot of trucking companies out there. And I tell everyone, "Hey, look, do your research, find the one that fits you." We're getting a lot of CDL holders in right now, and with the CDL holders, the problem with the CDL holder is that they went to some school that helped them get the license, and then nobody will touch them. So like there's negative sides to getting your CDL through school, but like the last two CDL holder guys that I just had, They both were like, man, I've been with you for like 3 days and I learned way more than I did at the CDL school. And I'm all like, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's all about money. And it's unfortunately a lot of the CDL schools, and I'm not saying all of them, but there's a big amount of them that they just try to get you your license and see you. And like I was talking to them both. I said, y'all weren't guaranteed jobs. One of the guy was like, nah, we weren't guaranteed a job. We were guaranteed to get our CDL. And then the other guy, he was all like, yeah, I was guaranteed a job, but for some reason that didn't work out. It didn't pan out like they said. So at the end of the day, they're like, man, I got paid. It's on you to go find a job. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you get your CDL from a school and then you try to go somewhere, you're going to run into a lot of problems with not having enough experience. Nobody will touch you because you only have like a year of experience. It's going to hurt you in the long run. And yeah, Flatbed Trucker says it right there. Knowledge is power. Like I'm always telling y'all, do y'all's research. Do your research. Find out what's going to work best for you or what's going to be most beneficial. At the end of the day, it's all about getting experience at the start. So, make sure you're at one of those places that get you experience. You come through Prime, you're going to get the CDL training. You're going to get that job after you get your CDL license. Think about it like this. When we're teaching somebody how to drive, how to back, how to do your pre-trip, we are putting you in one of our trucks. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to make sure that you're more knowledgeable about the job, you know what you're doing, and you're more qualified. Not only that, but the year contract, and you don't have to pay the $7,000 or $8,000, whatever it is now to get a CDL. So you don't have to pay that, because if you spend a year here, I'm not saying Prime's CDL is not free. Don't take that out of context. But the year contract, once you finish that year contract, hey, I paid a year's worth of my life to work here, but in reality, I gained a year's worth of experience, so I can get a little bit of a better job. So your first 2 years, you want to get that experience. Greenwich says, my TNT got a CDL at an outside school and is doing great right now. Yeah, and not all schools are bad, like I was saying earlier. Some are very good. They teach you a lot. Andrew says, CDL schools teach pre-trip, and that's it. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, and I believe it. Brittany says, love you, Sarah. I'm going to go eat dinner. All right, Britt, have a nice night. Maverick. See, I haven't done any research really into Maverick. I see their trucks and they run a lot of freight, so I see them out there on the road. I'll say that. Jeremy Griggs, 4 months TNT is ridiculous. 4 months is a long time on TNT, and TNT is your hardest part, but you're getting the on the job hands-on training, and you're actually doing the job and you're running. So yeah, it does take a while. Right now, the Prime started to upgrade people whenever they hit 30,000 miles, if they were good, safe drivers, and if they had trucks, and they can do that. So it's kind of nice if you get upgraded by the 30K miles instead of the 50K miles. So it is what it is. Like, I look at it like this is, during the TNT phase, you're getting more experience. You're going to the shippers, you're going to the receivers. The longer you're doing TNT, kind of the better, because the truck's not going to always break down during TNT. You're more likely to see something happen during TNT that you're going to be better prepared for when you get your own truck. So, I mean, a lot of it's going to be repetitive. I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to drive my shift out. I'm going to back into this place. I'm going to pick up the next load, and then boom, I'm going to go to bed, wake up the next day. Yeah, of course. But every once in a while, there's going to be a problem. Like, you're going to go to your first, maybe Tyson or something, or some. Probably shouldn't have said a location, but you're going to go to that certain shipper or receiver or whatever that they're like, hey, your load's not ready, or hey, we don't got product to finish your load, and you're going to find out what it feels like to sit there, and you're going to watch your trainer and see what he does, like, or she does. Do they send a message to the fleet manager, hey, I got this problem, like it's taking this long to unload me? Like, what do they do in that situation? And that's what you really need to know, is you need to know what to do in those situations. I'm real big on, like, if I feel like if I set somewhere too long, then I'm going to be hitting up my fleet manager. Hey, I'm getting paid for this, right? Or, I'm never scared to ask. It comes to my money, I'm going to make sure my money's right. Like, you have me set in a dock or you have me set at a shipper or receiver for 24 hours, I'm definitely hitting up my fleet manager. Hey, what am I getting paid for this? I want to know the exact dollar amount. Like, how much you paying me for waiting this long? So, squeaky wheel gets the grease. Greenwich says TNT is more than learning how to drive. It helps you learn to deal with shippers, receivers, and hone your backing skills. Exactly right. You're learning a lot. And also, you got, during that TNT, you got your crutch back there. So, like, if you get into a tight spot, or you get into a like a area that you're having problems with, you open up those, you reach back there, swat the curtains over. Hey, help me. Like, get your trainer up, get that help. Like, make sure you get that help that you need. That way your trainer can help you in that situation. That way, if you ever get yourself in that situation again, you know what to do. Calvin Ware, what's up, brother? What's up, Calvin? Calvin, he trifect, or no, he passed his test a while back, and he's the one that I made a video with, and he's on TNT right now. So hopefully he's out there making the big money. About to upgrade, hopefully in a couple months, or a month or so. Well, yeah. How you doing, Calvin? You doing good? Calvin and me, we had funny. We had lots of fun during PSD. He's kind of one of those guys that likes to beat himself up, and I'm all like, dude, you don't need to beat yourself up. Like, you'll get it. It doesn't have to go in there perfect. You're gonna get it. But he liked to kick himself a lot, and I'd be like, stop beating yourself up all the time. I'm sure he's made a great teammate for his trainer, or a great student for his, not student, co-driver for his trainer. So I'm pretty sure that his trainer is definitely happy with him. In the middle of running from California to Maine. Let's go. Some good miles right there. Actually about to start my shift in a few minutes. Bro, that's how you get those miles done, man. Those long loads like that. Produce, I love, like, when I was in TNT, I loved hearing produce loads, because I knew, like, we were going to go to California, and we were probably going to take California or Arizona or something, and we were about to go far. We were going to go up to the Northeast somewhere. So I was like, man, that's a lot of mileage. One thing I'll tell all you TNT students out there is keep track of your mileage. Keep track of it. Add it up. Every paycheck you get, every check stub you get, like, save it to your phone. That way you can re-add it up. Keep it in a spiral notebook. Every paycheck is going to say your total miles down there at the bottom. You're going to have your empty miles and your loaded miles and your total miles. Write that down and keep adding it up so you know where you're at with your mileage, because a lot of times TNT trainers, they ain't gonna keep up with that. Your fleet manager ain't gonna keep up with that. They're just gonna be like, hey, keep up with your mileage. That way you can be like, hey, my mileage, I'm at this many miles. It's time for me to upgrade. And you can always send a message to your fleet manager and say, hey, what's the mileage I'm at? And they can give you the correct mileage that you're at. So that's always good too. Holland Blackberries, 4,200 miles. Well, week one. I'm on the second week. This load is 4,200 alone. See, look at that. 2 weeks, you're already at 84,000 mile or 84,000, 8,400 miles. So let's go. See you after the TNT for the follow up video. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So like, I mean, you're pretty much documenting your whole progress. You did a video with me after PSD, and you gave your tips and tricks to surviving PSD, and now we're gonna get to hear what TNT was like. So definitely, I want to hear about it. I have not done TNT in a long time. Like I haven't done a TNT student in a long time. So I'm pretty sure that I would just run it how I did last time. I just run it how I did last time, but I don't know because, like I said, I haven't done TNT in a long time. I don't know how people are running it. Pretty much, I would have to figure out how to make the best. What's it called? Which way's running the best? Because like whenever I was running team trucks, like I ran a team truck for my first year, and a little bit over a year. Ran a team truck, and then after that, I did a TNT student, and then later on, sometime I did another TNT student. So it's been a long time, but what I found out worked best was like doing an hour to hour shift, like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or a 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. A shift like that. And then whenever we went on home time, we would switch it. So halfway through the training with my student, I would come on home time and we would switch the shifts. Like if I was on nights, I'm going to days. If I was on days, I'm going to go to nights after my home time. Kind of make it fair. Me and my teammate, we used to do the same thing when we went on home time. Every time we went on home time, I would become the night driver. And then the next time we went on home time, I would become the daytime driver, just to kind of make it fair, switch things up. And then the last week of TNT training, what I would have my student do is I would be like, "Hey, you're running the entire truck. I'm not doing nothing. Like, you're gonna do the paperwork. You're gonna try to do the one that be the one that delivers the load. You're gonna be the one that picks up the load. You're gonna do all of it. Like, you're gonna be in charge. I'm just gonna make sure you're doing everything right." I would tell them too. I would be like, "Hey, look, we're gonna run your clock completely out. Like each day, we're gonna run out your clock each day, and you're gonna when you're off." And I'm driving, you're gonna get a 10-hour break. I'm gonna drive for 10 hours and you're back in the seat. That way you kind of get used to being only like have 10 hours off and back up and boom, running again. And that way your days and nights kind of rotates a little bit here and there. So you kind of get more of a feeling of what it's like to be a solo driver. I was watching this guy's videos the other day, and like I could tell that he did not do much research because he was all like, he starts off talking about he started off talking about why he went lease. Like he was pretty much like, I went lease because everyone said that they make more than a company driver, and I was all like, if you run your lease right, you make more than a company driver. But if you run it bad, then you're not going to make more than a company driver. You know, and lease guys, they do make more than a company driver, but it's not a drastic amount more. I would I crunch numbers, like that's what I like to do is crunch numbers. So like I did the numbers, I did the research, and it's not much more after I take out like taxes and truck payments and like everything the truck made the entire time somebody had it from the start of the lease to the end of it, divided it by the years and the months and broke it down to a cent per mile. Once you break it all the way down, it's only like 3 to 7 cents more per mile than a company driver. And the whole thing on it is when you take home time, you got to pay a truck payment, and you're on home time. So right there is when you're losing money. Now, I'm sure if you took a truck out, if you leased the truck and you ran every week on it until the end of it and you never took home time, guess what? That you're going to be making a higher cent per mile. But the driver that I did the numbers on, the couple that I did the numbers on, because I did more than one, but the ones that I ran the numbers on, they went home every other month to every 3 months for an entire week. So right there, you take off a week, you're going negative. I mean, at the start of least, like before you take home any home times and you're just out there running, you are making more than a company driver. But the longer and longer it goes, the less and less that your cent per mile is, because every time you take off, you're losing money there. And I take that as a loss on their business. So I figure it up to a cent per mile of what you actually made, you know. Case, what's up, Case? Case is the one that I told y'all trifecta today, man. Congratulations. Like I said earlier, congratulations. I'm proud of you. You worked hard. Sometimes you didn't believe in yourself, and I believed in you. And sometimes you got frustrated with yourself. And like I was all like, man, dude, I'm not mad. Just like keep trying. Like you were awesome, dude, man. It was an honor to meet you. Like it was an honor for you to be on my truck. You did good. A little bit hard headed on studying preacher, but once we came to the same agreement that you had to do it, like man, we were doing it. But yeah, Case, man, you keep on trucking, man. Be safe out there. Do you have to be 21 to drive for Prime? The answer is yes. You have to be 21 to drive for Prime. Look. Calvin says, I'm driving nights. We were planning on running out. No home time. Let's go. Yeah, do it. Oh yeah, and stressed out. I'll tell y'all what, man. Case came in this morning. He came in this morning, so I like to get, if I'm first test up, I like to get my students to come in on the first shuttle. Like every other day, I have them. I'm always like, be on the first shuttle. Be on the first shuttle. I'm always telling them that. But Case came in on that first shuttle today. We went and got a trailer. He said, "Man, I'm so nervous." I was like, man, you can chill out. If you want to go over there, listen to music, if you want to go on a walk around the pad, do whatever you need to do so you're not nervous. Like, go for it. Walk around, listen to music. And he's all like, no, I'm cool. So I was like, okay. So I put my other guy in the seat. I was all like, let's hear your full pre-trip. Let's go start to end. So I just did my pre-trip with him and seeing where he was at. And by the time he finished it, it was time to go check in. And we went and checked in. Case was still looking nervous. This guy passes his test and he's walking back from the truck. And some other trainer comes up to me, "Hey, is that your student right there?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Man, he must have failed, man. His head's down." I said, "Nah, I told him to not cry." I said, "I told him don't cry." And I bet he's tearing up. He's probably not letting me see him tear up over there. I'm a crier, man. If one of my students start crying, I want to cry too. I see them start sniffling over there, and it happens a lot. Lots of people start crying over there because they're so like happy that they got it. They're like, "Man, I got my CDL. It meant so much." If he's over here crying, I'm looking this way. If the guy's on this side and he's crying, I'm looking this way. I'm like, "Stop crying." My face is turning red. I'm proud of you too. I'm trying not to cry though. I'm like, just you better suck it up, man. We we don't cry in trucking. I've had a lot of people like realistically, like I had a lot of people cry after their test. I had the guy jump up in the air and I had to catch him, like jump on me, like I'm so happy. I'm all like, dude, I'm a germaphobe. I only like fist bumping. Why you jumping in my arms? So like, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. The worst is whenever like we're on a load or something and like somebody gets so frustrated that they just have a breakdown while we're out there over the road and they're over there bawling and I'm all like, oh, I'm trying not to cry. I'm all like, just finish it, man. Get it all out your system. Because there's nothing wrong with it. Like if you're so frustrated and you're over the road and your trainer's like you're stressed out and your trainer's all like, hey man, just cry that out. Cry it out. Get it out your system. Get it out your system. Man, I had guys have breakdowns on the pad, man. They're just over there bawling like bad. And I'm all like, you know what? Cry it all out. I'll let them cry it all out. I'll give them some paper towels. That's why I'm always running out of paper towels. I'm like, here, go ahead and cry it all out. They crying, they wiping their eyes, and then they're red-eyed and jacked up looking. I'll be like, let me go. Let's go put up this trailer. We go put up the trailer, and then I'll drive them to the campus because I don't want nobody to see them all messed up like that, because it might discourage someone else. It might make them feel like, it's a type of way, like everyone saw me crying. You feel the type of like hurt a little bit. I drive them straight over to the campus, and a lot of times I'm all like, man, I hope this dude comes back because I really believe in him. And I've had them come back before. Man, I had guys come back and they're all like, man, I was so close to quitting. And I'm like, I'm glad you didn't, because you're good at this. So like, you just got frustrated. You're having a hard time. Let's get this done. Like, and it happens. I'm hard. Like, I'm hard. I'm strict on my students. I'm not scared to tell you if you're messing up. I am not scared to tell you you're messing up. I'm not scared to tell you, hey, why are you doing that? I'm not scared of telling you, hey, if you want to be up here and be like with the greats, I can bring you up here and make you this good. If you want to be down here and you don't want to listen and you want to be at the bottom of the list, hey man, that's what you get. I can only make somebody as good as you allow me to make you at the end of the day. And that goes for any trainer. We can only make a student as good as they allow us to make them, straight up. Don't touch the germaphobe. Exactly, Greenwich. Don't touch the germaphobe. Fist bump. Like my close friends, like, hey, the brotherly hug. But like, yeah, fist bump mainly. King Chef Truckin, Evening Twisted in Greenwich. Hey, how have you been? I haven't heard from you in a while. Well, that's also because I destroyed the Discord. But anyways, it's another story. But yeah, a lot of people come out here and they're all like, man, Twisted, he's a pushover. Like, he's gonna be like super nice and all that stuff. No, man, I am strict. I'll tell you one of my flaws. One of my flaws is not doing positive re-encouragement. Like, I'm not telling my students, hey, you did it awesome today. I'm like, hey, you messed up here, here, and here, and you could do this a lot better. I'm not real good at that because my background of being, before I came trucking, was a correctional officer. So like, nobody tells you over there, hey, you did a great job today. It's more like see you tomorrow. And that's kind of what I keep with me, is I'm all like, see you tomorrow, man. We'll get it tomorrow. We didn't get it today, but we will get it tomorrow. And we just keep on trying. Yeah, how's that Peterbilt working out? You're right. Good. Been running the new truck hard. That's, hey, shoot, I don't blame you. Run it hard. Get that money. Calvin says, the last thing, don't let this guy fool you. He'll be on your ass. Yeah, like, trust me, I'm not, like, I am not gonna keep quiet if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, and I'm real quick to tell you that too. Hey, you know what you're supposed to be doing and you're not doing it, like, straight up. Trucker Steve, CDL instructor, when doing state CDL testing, yes, some tears from some big man. Yeah, exactly. It's like the bigger and the like more like manly of the dude is usually the ones that want to cry too. It, like the ones that are real soft, you're all like, oh, this guy's soft, he's gonna cry. They usually don't cry. Cute. Dang, Greenwich, you going with the don't jinx it, Greenwich. Calvin Ware says, couldn't ask for a better trainer though. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I do the best I can. I really do. I do the best that I can. It was how I was raised. I was raised with the whole mentality of, hey, if you're gonna do something, do it to the best of your ability. Your work speaks for you. And I had somebody. In fact, somebody hit me up this week. They said, "Man, this is the second one of your students I got in a row, man." And I knew as soon as he said you were his trainer, he was like, "I knew I had a good one." And I was like, "Yeah." I'm all like, "Man, y'all be safe out there." But it's nice to have that like kind of reputation. Like I like that better than anything else. I love it whenever TNT trainers come up to me, man, I got another one of your students and it was awesome. And or one guy came out there and he's all like, "Hey, I've always wanted to meet you. Every time I came to the terminal, I try to find you, but I always wanted to meet you and tell you, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Like, I appreciate what you're doing. All your students have been awesome." That's what I like to hear. Like that right there means a lot to me. The Scotty B, what's up, Scotty B? How you doing, man? Long time no see. Right, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, man. Trying. I've been doing a lot of stuff. King Chef Trucking was in the shop at Springfield Prime about a month ago. Me and Adair had a disagreement. I'm pretty sure you won the disagreement too. Wrong two says, on average, how many miles do y'all get each week? Uh, it depends. It depends on how people run, really. But I think on average, for average, team truck is going to be averaging about. Team truck is going to probably be averaging about 5,000 miles a week, and that's just average. And then a solo truck should be averaging about 2,500 to about 2,500, I would say. You're going to have your bad weeks, you're going to have your good weeks. That's the thing with trucking. Sometimes the load falls on the next week, so some of those miles go on the next week. So when you're trucking out here, you got to learn to manage your money. Like you're going to be like, you got to make sure that you save money and you understand that, hey, part of this load's not going to hit till next week. So I need to make sure that I know, hey, next week's going to be a better check. This one's not going to be as great because that load fell into the next week. Springfield Instructor of the Year, whoop whoop. Thank you, Greenwich. The Reefer Springfield Instructor of the Year. Yeah. Thank you. Midwest Regional, I average 25. See, Greenwich is Midwest Regional, and he averages 2,500 miles a week solo. So that's just in one region. King Chef says I do a little over 2,000 miles a week or so. Yeah, so where was I going? Yeah, a lot of, if you're a company driver, you want the more miles. If you're a lease driver, you kind of want the more revenue. And they do go hand in hand. Like the miles and the revenue do go hand in hand, but the more revenue you get as a lease driver, the better off you are. The more mileage you get as a company driver, the better off you are. Cases. Got my TNT trainer already. Leave out next Thursday. Let's go, man. Next Thursday. Hopefully he's picking you up at the house and you can get you some home time. Get you some home time in before you go on TNT. But that's excellent, though. Next Thursday. Look at that. Scotty B says, hey, when I was running back and forth Massachusetts to Pennsylvania and the day cab, I was doing 25 to 2,900 me a week. If I had a PSD student on the, if I had a PSD student, 2,500 a week. Shoot, last time I had a PSD student, I ran a lot of miles in 1 week, but I had a load that carried over it. It was ridiculous how many I ran. Left door closed and they rack up quick. Yep. So like it's doable, but freight has to come back up, and unfortunately, I really I'm really looking at freight not coming up till about, I don't know, second, probably like March, February or March. If I'm just guessing, I don't know, but when the freight picks up, everything's going to be better again. It's just every election year, and it doesn't even matter. Like every election year, period, freight slows down, and then not only that, it's the last quarter of the year. So, businesses are going to want to run their numbers and see where they need to cut corners to make more money or where they're losing money. They want to do all that research. So, but once we get past all the elections, and it doesn't even matter who gets it, just get us past the elections, and we'll be better. Definitely will be better. That's my prediction. I've been saying that though since the first slowdown 2 years ago. I was all like, man, this sucks having a slowdown right now. And then next year's election year, I was all like, hey, I don't see freight picking up for a while, guys. And everybody was like, no, it's going to pick up. It's going to pick up. And I'm still saying the same thing. After this year, it will pick up, but it's going to be, I don't see it at the start of next year. I see it at like 3 months into the year, maybe 4. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully it picks up tomorrow and we're just running freight all we can. Greenwich says, gotta get to Cali. Talk to you later, D. All right, be safe out there, brother, man. Finish those TNT miles and get back and pick up your next student, bro. It was good seeing you too. I'm super glad that you came by and like we're able to come by and talk for a little while. I'm telling y'all see Greenwich, and he watches a lot of different channels, and you see him in the chat. That guy is very knowledgeable, awesome guy. And if you see that logo, that's his picture. If you see that on if you see that logo, reverse camera. If you see that logo over there, then on a truck, then um if you see him out there by his truck, like hit him up. Still pretty busy. I have to have a pre-plan before I drop my load. Hey, that's great, man. Like pre-plans, that's where it's at. I love pre-plans. When I got pre-plans, I was happy. 51 Logistics, what's up, man? 51. I try to call you didn't even like hit me up or nothing, man. Well, yeah, 51. I know you've been busy, so like I wasn't gonna call you like a psycho ex girlfriend or nothing, but I hit you up a couple times, like twice. It wasn't recently, but shoot, how you been, bro? Yeah, I think that freight's gonna pick back up next year though. And everyone that had to run through this freight slowdown, you guys that have been running out there and struggling but surviving, whenever it picks up, if you still live like you're living now and you're saving the same amount of money, and like you're gonna do big, you're gonna do big, like save up. And that's the thing is, what it was like whenever it was slow and it was bad. So whenever it's we're doing good and you're making all that money, hey, start saving that up in case it happens again, because it will happen again. It's always going to be up and down. Like I've seen it up and down the entire time I've been trucking. So whenever I came in, it was election year whenever I came in, and it wasn't as slow as it is now. I don't feel like it was, but it was like kind of up and down. And then after the election year, the next year after the election year, man, it was like boom, we're going. And then it came to the next election year, it kind of slowed down some. And then as soon as that was over with, it picked up for a little while, but this time it went straight back down. So Flatbed Trucker says rates are bad for sure. And that's also because like supply and demand, like, you got these freight brokers and you got these companies that are all like, man, we know that there's a lot of trucks setting, so we're going to take advantage of it, which you can't blame them. It's a business at the end of the day. So they're all like, you know, there's a whole bunch of trucks that could run it for this amount. Who would take it for this amount? So people are like, they're kind of under, what's it called, underbidding on loads and stuff like that. That's going to drive the whole the rates down. That's going to throw the rates down. And what kind of happened there, I believe, this is just what I believe, is that whenever trucking was booming during like the end of COVID and stuff like that, I think that we ramped up the hiring. Every company did ramped up the hiring. Hey, we need more trucks. We're growing, we're trying to get bigger. We're growing. It's time to become like these super truck powers, out there. Like, let's go, let's do this. And then what we did is we got a whole bunch of people, CDLs, all at once, and a whole bunch of trucks out there. And then the market went down, and people were all like, oh, no, what do we do now? And that's kind of what I feel like happened. And, I could be wrong, but I feel like there was way too many trucks out there and not enough freight. And that's what kind of hurt us too, because during COVID and grocery stores were empty. We had to run that stuff. Like, we had to get out there and go, 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 and once it calmed back down and trucking wasn't like the stores were full again, it slowed back down to normal, but we had way too many trucks. And that's kind of what I feel like happened. Uh, Between Prime and Maverick, I stay in North Carolina. Turn 21 in November. Hard to choose. Yeah, you know, I I can't say nothing bad about Maverick because I have not researched them that much, so I don't have nothing bad to say. Plus I work for Prime, and I like Prime has been good to me. So like, the choice is yours though. Do all the research you can. So you have so November you turn 21. Well, um you got a couple months to do some research on and figure out which one you want to go with. My birthday's in November too, but I'm not turning 21, unfortunately. I'm turning a lot older. Han says, nothing slow here. I'm averaging 3,600 miles a week. Let's go, Super Trucker. Han's in the building. Let's go, Hans. Rates are down because owner ops are still driving for low rates. Yeah, but they gotta pay their trucks. Like, they have to pay their trucks. Like, if they all like said, man, we ain't running that for that amount, then over and over and over, like, that company would just send it to the next driver, next driver, next driver. Somebody's eventually gonna say yes for it. Because at the end of the day, like, say you have a truck payment, then you're all like, man, I guess I'll take this load. Maybe the freight's better somewhere else. You know, it's just a dog eat dog world out there. People, the brokers, I think the brokers would be where I would start with the problem at, because the people broking the loads and stuff, like, to me, it's kind of a messed up thing because they take money off of it, or they try to bid with you so they can make money off of a load that they don't even touch. It's just they have the connections to get the loads. They have the connections to load the trucks. To me, that's just messed up. Backwoods in Little Bit. What's going on, brother? How are y'all doing? It was so good to see y'all last time, man. I was really excited. I had a lot of stuff going on, or we would have went out to dinner. Next time y'all are in town, period. Like, I'm saying it now. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm gonna be like, next You know what happened? Y'all came to town and we were going out of town, I think is what happened. I think we were going on to Kentucky, I think is what happened. And but next time y'all are in town, we need to go out to eat. Like we'll go out to eat, get the families together, you know? So I think that would be cool. So hopefully I see y'all soon. Hold on. Han says Prime and Maverick are slow A trucks. Bro, we're safe. We're safe. Han says I've been running Pecos, Washington to Topeka, Kansas, deadhead into Anderton, Iowa, and run into Portland, Oregon. Hey, you can keep Portland, Oregon. Like you can keep that one. I don't like going to Portland, Oregon. I don't know what's worse, Atlanta, Georgia traffic or Portland, Oregon traffic and streets. See, so a lot of people they dread going through Dallas, Texas, and I'm all like, Dallas, Texas is not that bad in my opinion. Um, it would be on my top 5 list though. Dallas, Texas would be on my top 5 list, but mine would probably be like probably my list. My top 5 worst places to go would probably be Portland, Oregon, Atlanta, Georgia, Washington, the Washington area, um, New York, which is pretty much the same traffic I feel sometimes, and then Dallas, Texas at number 5, just because of all the construction. One thing I know about Dallas is it's like a grid. Just keep on going straight till you get out of it. I'm running 75 and still drive safe. Oh, Chicago. See, I don't have a problem with Chicago. I've never had a problem with Chicago. I've never been stuck in their traffic really, and I went there a whole bunch, but I would get to Chicago. Let's see. I think I would get to Chicago about I think it was like I would get there about see, we would leave at 4 a.m. So we would probably get there about 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. somewhere in there, and we would be out of there by like 5, 6. So we're like leaving as everyone else is leaving. I never really had a problem with it, but we were just going to South Chicago and then out. Backwoods says, sounds good, man. Prime treating us very well. Well, far as freight and rates, we're going back and forth from Cali to the Northeast. Couldn't be happier. Heck yeah, heck yeah, and that's the best loads for a team truck, man. Those Cali to Northeast, man. I love those. To tell you the truth, that's one thing that I really liked about running a team truck is like it was just like go, go, like it was just like man, like I knew 44 and 40 like the back of my hand because like we were doing that all the time. Like we made a goal. Me and my teammate, we made like a goal. Like, hey, we're gonna stop at every truck stop between Springfield, Missouri, and California. So that was one of our goals one time, and we did it. We freaking did it. And then we were working our way towards from Springfield to St. Louis, stopping at all those. But I really didn't like stopping at none of those. Like, I don't know why they would. I really do not like stopping on at any of the truck stops on 44 from Springfield to St. Louis. Like, I tried not to stop at them. Han says Seattle, Dallas, Los Angeles, Houston, Atlanta. Oh yeah, Seattle's a good one. I didn't think about that. Dallas is your number 2. Los Angeles. See, the thing with Los Angeles, the reason that Los Angeles doesn't hit my list is because Los Angeles, you might be in traffic for a while, a long time. You might be in that traffic for a long time. But the thing is, it keeps moving. People will let you over there. Like if you need to get switch lanes, and for some reason, Los Angeles people have always let me switch lanes over there. They have always been like, "Okay, come on over," and I feel like it's because they're all like, "Man, they're so used to being in the traffic. They're all like, one more truck in front of me, it don't even matter because we're still moving that way." But yeah, I can see that one on there. Houston. Houston. I didn't think about Houston either. Houston's another good one that can be a pain. You haven't been to California in a while. Backwoods and Little Bit says only thing is on flatbed she can't upgrade until she can pick up the tarp and put it on the shelf in the flatbed class. So she's stuck as B1 seat for now. Okay, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, and she's tiny too, so that that tarp, man, that sucks. And they want you to lift it a certain way too. They won't let you just tell her to throw it up there. Tell her to throw it up there. Next time y'all go try it out, tell her to pick that thing up and throw it up there. Like don't try to put it up there. Throw it up there. Connecticut sucks always. Thank you, big truck going. D says, "Hey, Twisted, hope you've been well out here getting those miles upgrades soon. It was great to meet you. Be safe." Hey, it was great meeting you too. And definitely be safe out there. Definitely. And that's good. How about to upgrade? Cool. So you'll be back in town to get your own truck. Let's go. Flatbed trucker says lumper tarps weigh 130 pounds. Northeast sucks, period. Especially New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey's fun too. That's my state list though. New Jersey would be on my state list. So like my top states that I don't like going to, it would be Arkansas, number one. I do not like going to Arkansas. I really do not like going to Arkansas. And then probably number two would be Wyoming. I cannot stand the invisible winds. I can't stand that. I can't stand the bad weather Wyoming gets. Like it drives me nuts. Then probably Jersey. Like Jersey, it's a pretty bad area. Um, that's three. Florida, number four. There's not good freight in Florida. In my experience, there's not good freight down there to get you out. It's you're picking up something with a lot of stops or a flour load or something like that. I have bad luck in Florida. I usually go to Florida and have to set there a day period, and then probably I don't know. Number five would number five be? I don't know for number five. Most of the other states I really don't mind too much. Backwoods and Little Bit. We just left Boston to deliver onions, and that place was a mess. Yeah, Boston. That they got that. I remember that truck stop. We used to park in that stupid truck stop. It had that hotel in the middle of it. Like you could get you a room at that hotel. I forgot the name of it. I think it was a TA, but man, we had to park in there so many times. I couldn't stand that place. Look at No Hippie. No Hippie says, love Arkansas. See, I don't like Arkansas. That I'll tell you, there's one road that I will remember forever that I will never ever go down again, and that's Arkansas 27. I did not like nothing about Arkansas 27. Like, I'm not gonna take that in a truck ever again. Like, you got me messed up. I have never taken it in an automatic truck. That's what I'm really like. I'm kind of like, I wonder if the automatic trucks make it through that Arkansas 27. I mean, like, I've been on it 3 times, and, like, the 3rd time, I was like, "You know what? Now for sure, I'm gonna memorize this road." The first time I said, "Man, I hope I never have to go on this road again." Never. Second time I went on it, I was like, "Man, this is some BS. I never wanna do this road. I'll make sure I'm never gonna hit this road again. I can't believe I'm on it for the second time." The 3rd time, I was like, "Oh, I will always remember this." And we used to have to take it because it was a 2 pickup. There was a meat load. It was 2 pickups. One was in Arkansas, and you picked up a certain amount, and then you would go to Oklahoma, pick up the second one, and that was the way to get there. And I was like, "Yeah, never again." So the 4th time I got the load, really, I was all like, "Oh, I remember this. It's gonna cost me 50 miles to go out the way and around this. Oh, I'm definitely going around this." So yeah. Right, Hans, you can keep Arkansas. Yeah, that's right. I don't even try to get off the interstate in Arkansas. Like, if I'm all like, "Oh, I'm getting close to Arkansas. Let me go to the bathroom here, and then let me drive past Arkansas, and then I'll go to the bathroom again." So forget staying the night there, everything. Like, not my place. On says, "I was in Boston last year. Some guard wouldn't let me deliver unless I paid $30 to get in the gate." Yeah, it's those mobsters, man. And they'll only take cash. The place I went to, they're all like, "We only take cash," and I'm all like, "I don't have no cash." And they're all like, "There's an ATM in Dunkin' Donuts right there." I'm all like, "Really? That's jacked up." But hey, what can you do, man? Like, you go back. Here's the money. They let you right in once you pay them cash. Freaking mobsters, gangsters, whatever you want to call them. You can keep Mississippi too, especially the dirty South. Mississippi's not too bad. I don't think Mississippi's too bad. Is that the name of the place? The Chelsea's Market? That might be the name of the place I was talking about. That place right there, though, man. Man, they crack me up with that. In the Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, the good thing about it is y'all know I love my iced coffee and stuff. So, like, you sent me to Dunkin' Donuts, I came out with iced coffee and some cash. Like, I should have got me 2 coffees in there. Clayton says, "What's up, Twisted? I'm your past student. Doing well out here, man. Hope you've been good." Oh, yeah, I've been great, man. It's good to see that you're still out there doing the thing, man. Definitely. I've been running into a lot of my students here lately. Like, the other day, I ran into 3 of my old students. I was like, "Wow!" Like, one of them was on Kearney Street. He was all like, "Come here!" Like, we were at a red light. I pulled up. We were all fist bump out the window. Like, it was good seeing them again. But yeah, it's good. I saw another student up there upgrading. He was getting his own truck. I was like, "Heck yeah!" You know, it's just nice seeing like some of your students like out there still doing it. Box trucks everywhere trying to back in is so much fun. God, box trucks, mortal enemy. It's funny every time I get a student and he's all like, "Man, I used to drive box trucks." I'd be like, "Dude, you're my mortal enemy. Like, I cannot stand box truck." "Oh man, box trucks are cool. What's wrong with box trucks?" "Oh, you're becoming a trucker, so guess what? Guess what? You're about to see. You're gonna get to a place first come, first serve at the docks, and hopefully you and the other truckers band together and make sure y'all block for each other so y'all can get in the docks. Because those freaking box trucks. They'll whip it in there and steal your dock, and it's messed up. Like you can be setting up to back into the dock, and if box truck comes, that sucker can whip in there and get your spot, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like you're just like, oh, you just piss me off, you know? Sir. Box trucks parked in the truck stop. Yeah, well, they gotta park somewhere, bro. Like they have to park somewhere. So, you know, if it's the truck stop, it has to be, then hey, it's the truck stop. I never tripped about box trucks parking at truck stops. I don't like the campers kind of like throw me off. I'm all like, what are you doing in here with a camper? But like the what are they called? The hot shots, they don't bother me because they gotta park somewhere. Where else are they gonna park? Rummy the trucker, what's up, Twisted? Hey, how's it going, brother man? What's going on? Is it true that Prime's hiring solo company drivers no more? Uh, it's one of those deals. Like, think of it like this: we have so many company fleets, right? So there's like three company fleets. I don't know the exact number, but once those fleets are filled up, Prime's not ready to make another company fleet. Another like you would have to hire another fleet manager and start another company fleet. So I think that they're just like waiting for the market to go back up, and then hey, boom, put a fleet manager out over there and start another company fleet. So I think what it is it's more of like we don't have it would be too much for the fleet managers to keep on putting companies trucks on their fleets whenever they're already at capacity. So I think it's kind of something like that. Now they're saying that hey, if you come in and you want to be a B seat and you want to team with somebody, then they can do that too. So yeah, you can team with somebody and be a company driver. But as for solo company drivers, you're kind of right. And I'm sure if you go and upgrade from TNT and you're like, you know what, you upgrade me to a company, see, I want to go company or I'm leaving, then they're probably gonna be like, hey, we're gonna we have room for you. I don't think that they're just gonna be like, oh, you're gone after doing all this work, you're gone. And the reality of it all is a lot of people come in here to trucking, and a lot of people will be like, I'm going company, I'm going company, I'm going company. And then soon as they get into their truck, they're all like, or as soon as it's time for them to upgrade, they already made up their mind. They're all like, I'm going lease. Everybody says I can't make money anywhere else. I'm going lease. And it's just like that guy's video I was watching the other day. I was all like, this guy's over here saying, he did not do his research. He's saying like, oh man, I'm not making no money as lease, and everyone said you can make more money as lease. Everyone said you could do whatever you want as lease. And they're telling me that if I reject this load, then I'm not going to get another one for 24 hours. And, this is the best load they have. And, he's just running. Like I listened to him and I'm all like, dude, you needed to do more research and you got to be willing to run. Like, you're not going to make no money doing what you're doing. And, I, trust me, I watched a couple of this dude's videos because I was all like, let me see what he's about. Like, let me see what's up. It is what it is. Backwoods says, we went to Chelsea next to that market. It looked like a mess. Yeah, it was a mess. What is BLC? I see those trucks all the time pulling Prime. BTC. I don't know. It might be somebody that started their own fleet because that Prime, Rob Lowe's model is like, come over here, make as much money as you want or as little as you want. If you want to be a company driver and get the company benefits and the insurance, do that. If you want to start your own mini fleet and you're pulling my freight, let's do it. Let's make money together. So it could be a mini fleet or something like that. Like Wilson started off as a mini fleet, and look at him now. Hans says, I ain't teaming with no one, period. I'm not a people person. You're a people person. You just like to pick on people. It's all good. I pick on people too. Like, I like to have fun. LT says, Mother Trucker had a video yesterday showing statements from a prime saying they are hiring for team and single. Yeah. Juan says, I ain't driving for no 60-mile-an-hour club. Yo, what's going on? Dead Sea Pirate. That's a crazy name and a crazy picture. Trucking Horror Stories, Mr. Nightmare, and your reaction. Let me read that. Chester eats disgusting sandwiches. Has anyone heard the song "Million Dollar Baby"? On constantly see it on TikTok. Is it a country song? Said, is it a country song? I don't know, man. Sometimes some people come in here and I just don't know what they're talking about. But anyways, oh, you also keep seeing that song. Is it a country song or what is it? Hans wants to put it on his playlist. Just Hans, it's a country song. Put it on your playlist. Make sure you put it on your playlist like 6 times in a row. It's that good. It's the best country song ever. It's instead of sad country song, it's a positive one where your dog comes back, your girlfriend comes back, you're happily married, you live the best life ever. So definitely check it out, Hans. Wow. All right. Well, this is the Thursday Night Live, and I'm out of here. So, like, I'm taking off. I hope y'all enjoyed this and maybe got some of the questions y'all wanted answered. Y'all have a nice night and like, comment, and subscribe. And I might be able to do this next. Look out. I might be back next Thursday. So keep your eyes open. Make sure your notifications are on this channel. Ring that bell and everything, and make sure that you're good. I ain't into hillbilly music. Okay, it's a rock and roll song, Hans. Put it on your playlist, or it's whatever kind of music you listen to. Put it on your playlist, bro. Like, repeat it. Next week, you can tell me how good it is, and you'll tell me thank you for introducing that song into your life, because it's just the best song in the world.